Have you ever wondered why two people can drink the same cup of coffee every morning, yet one seems full of energy, sharp, and active, while the other feels tired before lunchtime, struggles to climb the stairs, and notices their memory isn't quite what it used to be? What if the difference isn't the coffee at all? What if it's one simple thing that almost nobody adds to it? After the age of 50, your body begins to work differently. Your muscles naturally become smaller. Your metabolism slows down. Your brain doesn't always process information as quickly. Your blood sugar becomes a little harder to control. Many people think this is simply what aging looks like. But what if some of that decline isn't caused by age alone? What if your morning routine is missing something your body has quietly needed for years? Today, we're going to talk about 5 simple powders that can be added to your morning coffee. These are not miracle cures. They won't stop aging overnight. But growing research suggests that some of these ingredients may help support healthier muscles, steadier energy, better brain function, healthier blood sugar, and a stronger body as we grow older when they are used as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. And here's something very few people talk about. Many people spend hundreds of dollars every month on supplements without first looking at when they take them or how they combine them. Sometimes, improving a habit you already have can make it much easier to stay consistent. That is why I wanted to make today's video, because nobody discussed this earlier in a simple way that seniors could easily understand. My goal is not to convince you to buy every powder I mention. My goal is to help you understand what current research suggests, what questions scientists are still studying, and how you can make thoughtful decisions for your own health. Each powder builds on the one before it. Some work best for healthy blood sugar. Others may be more helpful for memory, muscle strength, or healthy aging. By the end of this video, you'll understand not only which powder may fit your goals, but also which ones may not be right for you depending on your health conditions or medications. That knowledge could save you money, prevent disappointment, and help you build a morning routine that truly works for you. Before we begin, I'd love to know something about you. How young are you today, and where are you watching from? Our Premium Health Harbor family now reaches people from all over the world, and it always brings a smile to my face when I read your stories and see how many people are encouraging one another. So, let's begin with the first powder on today's list. At first glance, it looks ordinary. You may have even walked past it hundreds of times in the grocery store without giving it a second thought. But researchers became interested in it after noticing something remarkable in one population that continued to enjoy strong heart health and healthy aging well into later life. Now let's begin with a powder that surprises many people. When most of us hear the word chocolate, we think about dessert. We don't usually think about heart health. We don't think about brain health. And we certainly don't think about healthy aging. But the powder I'm talking about today isn't sweet milk chocolate. It's raw cacao powder. And there is an important difference. Raw cacao goes through much less processing than many cocoa products you find on grocery store shelves. Because of that, it keeps more of its natural plant compounds called flavonols. Now, why does that matter? As we get older, one of the biggest changes inside our bodies happens quietly. Our blood vessels slowly become less flexible. Blood doesn't always flow as easily as it once did. When that happens, every part of the body can feel the effects. Your muscles may tire more quickly. Your brain may not feel as sharp. Even your morning energy may seem lower than it used to be. Researchers have been studying cacao for many years because its natural flavonols appear to support healthy blood vessel function. For example, studies published in journals such as the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and research from Harvard-affiliated investigators have suggested that cocoa flavonols may help improve blood vessel function in some adults as part of an overall healthy diet. That doesn't mean cacao is a medicine, and it certainly doesn't replace healthy eating, physical activity, or treatment recommended by your healthcare professional. But it does remind us that simple foods can sometimes support the body in meaningful ways. Think of your blood vessels like a garden hose. When the hose is open and flexible, water flows easily. When it becomes stiff or partly blocked, the flow becomes weaker. Healthy circulation helps deliver oxygen and nutrients where your body needs them most. That is one reason scientists continue studying foods rich in natural flavonols. Another interesting area of research involves the brain. Some studies suggest cocoa flavonols may support healthy blood flow to parts of the brain involved in attention and memory. Many older adults say they aren't looking for perfection. They simply want to stay mentally clear enough to enjoy conversations with family, remember appointments, read a good book, or play with their grandchildren. And I think that's a beautiful goal. Now, Here's something that often gets overlooked. Not all cacao products are the same. Many drinking chocolate mixes contain large amounts of added sugar. Some have very little actual cacao. Others have been processed in ways that reduce the natural flavonols. If you decide to try cacao, look for unsweetened raw cacao powder with as few added ingredients as possible. 1 to 2 teaspoons mixed into your morning coffee is enough for most people to begin with. Notice I said begin with. More isn't always better. If you have a sensitive stomach or you're not used to high-fiber foods, starting with a smaller amount is usually the gentler approach. Some people enjoy adding a little warm milk or an unsweetened plant-based milk to help it blend smoothly. Others like a small sprinkle of Ceylon cinnamon for flavor. Speaking of cinnamon, there's something very few people realize. The next powder on our list doesn't just change the taste of coffee. Research suggests it may also help support healthier blood sugar after meals. And for many adults over 50, that may be one of the most important reasons to keep watching. But before we move on, I'd love to ask you something. Have you ever added raw cacao to your coffee? Or is today the first time you've heard about it? Tell me in the comments below. I read your experiences because someone else's story might encourage another member of our Premium Health Harbor family. And if you're finding today's information helpful, this is a great time to save this video. That way, you'll always have it ready the next time you make your morning coffee. Now let's move to the powder that many people already have sitting in their kitchen, without realizing they're probably using the wrong kind. Powder number 4, Ceylon cinnamon. Here's the surprising part. Most people think all cinnamon is the same. It isn't. And this small detail could make a big difference. If you're over 50, you've probably heard someone say, just add cinnamon to your coffee. That's simple advice. But it leaves out one very important piece of information. There are different types of cinnamon. The one most researchers have studied for long-term daily use is Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes called true cinnamon. Why is that important? Because another common type, called Cassia cinnamon, naturally contains much higher amounts of a compound called coumarin. In large amounts over long periods, coumarin may not be suitable for everyone, especially people with liver problems. This doesn't mean Cassia cinnamon is dangerous when used occasionally. It simply means that if you're planning to use cinnamon every day, many health professionals recommend choosing Ceylon cinnamon instead. Sometimes, the smallest details matter the most. Now let's talk about why researchers became interested in cinnamon in the first place. Have you ever noticed that after breakfast you feel sleepy instead of energized? Or maybe you feel hungry again much sooner than you expected. For many people, this has less to do with age and more to do with how the body handles blood sugar. As we grow older, our cells may not respond to insulin as efficiently as they once did. That means blood sugar can rise more quickly after meals. Over time, that may affect energy, weight, heart health, and overall well-being. This is where cinnamon becomes interesting. Several clinical studies and systematic reviews, including research published in journals such as Nutrition Journal and Annals of Family Medicine, suggest that cinnamon supplementation may help support healthy blood sugar control in some adults, especially when combined with healthy eating and regular physical activity. Notice the words may help. Research is encouraging, but it is not a replacement for medical care. If you have diabetes or take medication to lower your blood sugar, never stop or change your treatment without speaking with your healthcare professional. That conversation is always worth having. Think of cinnamon as one helpful teammate, not the whole team. Another reason researchers continue studying cinnamon is its natural plant compounds. These compounds appear to have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Why does that matter? Because chronic inflammation has been linked with many age-related health conditions. Reducing inflammation isn't about chasing perfection. It's about giving your body the best environment possible to repair, recover, and stay active. Many people tell me something very similar. Dr. Carter, I don't expect to feel 25 again. And I smile when I hear that, because that isn't the goal. The goal is to wake up with enough energy to enjoy your morning, to take a comfortable walk, to spend time with your grandchildren, to keep doing the little things that make life meaningful. Sometimes those are the victories that matter most. Now let's make this practical. If you decide to try Ceylon cinnamon, a common starting amount is about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon added to your coffee. Some people stir it directly into the cup. Others mix it with a small amount of warm milk first before adding it to the coffee. You can also sprinkle it over oatmeal or plain yogurt if you prefer not to add it to your drink. Remember, healthy habits should fit your life, not make it more complicated. Here's another important point. If you're taking blood-thinning medication, medication for diabetes, or you have liver disease, speak with your healthcare professional before adding large amounts of cinnamon or any supplement to your daily routine. Natural does not always mean risk-free. The safest plan is the one that's personalized for you. Now, before we move on, let me ask you something. How many of you have been using cinnamon for years without ever checking which type you were buying? If that's you, you're certainly not alone. In fact, this is one of the most common misunderstandings I hear from viewers. If you've learned something new today, please take a moment to tap the like button and save this video. That simple action helps more people over 50 discover practical, evidence-based health information that nobody discussed with them earlier. And it tells YouTube that this kind of content matters. Now, we've talked about supporting healthy circulation. We've talked about supporting healthier blood sugar. But what if your biggest concern isn't your heart or your metabolism? What if it's those moments when you walk into a room and forget why you went there? What if names take a little longer to remember? Or you find yourself searching for simple words that used to come easily? The next powder on our list has attracted attention because researchers are studying whether it may support healthy brain function as we age. And what they discovered has sparked one of the fastest growing areas of nutrition research in recent years. Let's talk about powder number 3, lion's mane mushroom. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgot why you went there? Or maybe someone's name was right on the tip of your tongue, but you just couldn't remember it. If that has happened to you, please don't be embarrassed. You're certainly not alone. Almost everyone notices small changes in memory as they get older. The good news is that forgetting where you left your reading glasses once in a while is not the same thing as serious memory disease. Still, most of us want to do everything we reasonably can to keep our brains healthy for as long as possible. That is exactly why researchers became interested in a very unusual-looking mushroom called lion's mane. Its name comes from its appearance. Instead of looking like a typical mushroom, it grows in long, soft white strands that resemble a lion's mane. For hundreds of years, it has been used in traditional Asian cooking and wellness practices. Today, scientists are asking an important question. Can lion's mane help support healthy brain function as we age? Current research is encouraging, but it's still developing. Several small clinical studies, including research published in Phytotherapy Research and the International Journal of Medicinal Mushrooms, suggest that lion's mane may support memory and cognitive function in some older adults. Scientists believe this may be related to natural compounds found inside the mushroom that appear to support the body's production of nerve growth factor. Now, don't let that complicated name worry you. Think of the nerve growth factor as a gardener. A healthy garden doesn't grow because someone pulls on the flowers. It grows because the gardener creates the right conditions. In a similar way, nerve growth factor helps support healthy nerve cells. Researchers are studying whether lion's mane may help the body maintain those healthy conditions. Notice what I said. Researchers are studying it. This is an exciting area of science, but we still need larger long-term studies before drawing stronger conclusions. That is why I always encourage balanced expectations. Good health is rarely the result of one single food. It is usually built by many small habits repeated over time. Good sleep, regular movement, nutritious meals, strong friendships, managing stress. And yes, sometimes carefully chosen foods or supplements may become part of that picture. Now here's something many people don't know. If you decide to buy lion's mane, quality matters. Some products contain mostly the grain the mushroom was grown on instead of the mushroom itself. Others don't clearly explain how they were prepared. Many experts suggest looking for products that identify the fruiting body and explain their extraction process. Buying from a company that performs third-party testing can also provide extra reassurance. As for coffee, most people simply stir the recommended serving into warm coffee after brewing. The earthy flavor is different. Some people enjoy it immediately. Others need a week or two before they get used to the taste, and that's perfectly okay. Healthy habits should be enjoyable enough that you can continue them. Now I want to pause for just a moment. This video is not about chasing perfection. It's about giving yourself the best chance to stay independent, to keep reading your favorite books, to enjoy meaningful conversations, to remember birthdays, to laugh at family dinners. Those are the moments that truly matter. If today's discussion has already taught you something new, please take just a second to press the like button. It tells YouTube that older adults deserve clear, practical, evidence-based health information instead of confusing advice. And it helps more people find our premium Health Harbor family. Now, we're about to discuss a powder that surprises almost everyone. Many people believe it belongs only in the gym. Many think it's only for bodybuilders. Some older adults avoid it completely because they believe it's unsafe. But what current research suggests may completely change the way you think about it. Let's talk about powder number 2, creatine monohydrate. Now let me ask you something. When you hear the word creatine, what is the very first picture that comes into your mind? For many people, it's a young bodybuilder lifting heavy weights in a crowded gym. If that's what you imagined, you're not alone. For years, creatine has been marketed almost exclusively to athletes. Because of that, millions of adults over 50 have completely overlooked one of the most researched nutritional supplements in the world, and that's unfortunate, because today's research is telling a much bigger story. Here's something many people don't realize. After the age of 50, we naturally begin to lose muscle. This process is called age-related muscle loss, or sarcopenia. You don't have to remember that medical word. Just remember what it means. Every year, it can become a little harder to stand up from a chair, a little harder to carry groceries, a little harder to climb stairs, a little harder to keep your balance. Those small changes may seem harmless at first, but over time, they can affect something every one of us values deeply: our independence. That's why muscle health isn't just about looking stronger. It's about living the life you want. Now here's where creatine becomes interesting. Your muscles use a natural source of energy called phosphocreatine. Think of it like a small, rechargeable battery. When you need to stand up quickly, catch yourself if you stumble, lift a heavy bag, or walk up a flight of stairs. Your muscles reach for that quick battery first. As we age, those quick energy systems may not work as efficiently. Researchers have been studying whether creatine supplementation can help support that natural energy system. The results have been encouraging. Several systematic reviews, including research published in journals such as Nutrients and the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, suggest that creatine, when combined with resistance exercise, may help older adults improve muscle strength, muscle performance, and lean body mass. Notice something important. I said when combined with resistance exercise. That part often gets left out on the internet. Creatine is not a replacement for movement. Think of it this way. If exercise is planting the seed, creatine may help provide the soil and water. Both work better together. Now here's something that surprised many researchers. Scientists also began asking whether creatine could help the brain. After all, although your brain makes up only a small percentage of your body weight, it uses an enormous amount of your daily energy. Some early studies suggest creatine may support certain aspects of memory and mental performance, particularly during periods of fatigue or when dietary creatine intake is low. But this is still an active area of research. Scientists continue studying which people benefit the most and under what circumstances. That balanced approach is important because science moves forward by asking better questions, not by making bigger promises. Now let's talk about one of the biggest myths. Many people still believe creatine automatically damages healthy kidneys. Here's what current evidence tells us. According to position statements from organizations such as the International Society of Sports Nutrition, creatine has been extensively studied and appears to be safe for many healthy adults when used as directed. However, if you already have kidney disease or another significant medical condition, you should always discuss supplementation with your healthcare professional before starting. That conversation matters, especially if you're taking several medications. Now let's make this practical. If your healthcare professional agrees it's appropriate for you, many studies have used 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily. Consistency appears to matter more than taking large amounts. There's usually no need to rush. Small, steady habits often produce the best long-term results. Some people enjoy stirring creatine into warm coffee. Others prefer mixing it into water, yogurt, or a smoothie. Choose the method you'll actually continue using, because the healthiest routine is the one you can maintain. Now I want to pause here for just a moment. Think back to when you were younger. You probably didn't spend much time thinking about muscle, because you had plenty of it. Today, protecting your muscles is one of the greatest gifts you can give your future self. Not so you can lift enormous weights, but so you can lift your grandchild, carry your suitcase, walk through the park, travel, garden, dance, and continue enjoying the simple moments that make life beautiful. If that message speaks to your heart, I'd like you to write one word in the comments: strong. Because today isn't about becoming the strongest person in the room. It's about staying strong enough to continue living life on your own terms. And if you've learned something valuable so far, don't forget to save this video. Months from now, you'll have an easy guide waiting for you whenever you want to refresh your morning routine. Now, we've already explored supporting healthy circulation. We've talked about blood sugar, we've talked about brain health, we've talked about protecting your muscles. But there's one final powder that quietly connects almost everything we've discussed today. It isn't flashy. It isn't heavily advertised. In fact, many people have never even heard of it. Yet researchers are becoming increasingly interested in it because of its role in healthy aging, restful sleep, collagen production, and recovery. And once you understand why, you'll never look at your morning routine the same way again. Let's discover the final powder on today's list. Powder number 1, glycine. If you've stayed with me until now, I want to thank you. Because each ingredient we've discussed has focused on one important part of healthy aging: better circulation, healthier blood sugar, a sharper mind, stronger muscles. But this last ingredient is different. Instead of supporting just one area of the body, it may play a role in several systems that work together every single day. It's called glycine. Now, I'll be honest. Most people have never heard of glycine. It isn't advertised on television. It isn't promoted by famous athletes. It doesn't have flashy marketing. Yet scientists have been studying it for decades because glycine is one of the amino acids your body naturally uses to build and repair tissues. Think of amino acids as tiny building blocks. Just as a house cannot be built without bricks, your body cannot build important proteins without these building blocks. One of those proteins is collagen. You've probably heard about collagen in advertisements for skin creams and beauty products. But collagen isn't only about looking younger. It's one of the main structural proteins that helps support healthy skin, joints, tendons, ligaments, and other connective tissues throughout the body. As we grow older, our natural collagen production gradually slows down. That's one reason joints may feel stiffer. Skin becomes thinner. Recovery may take longer than it used to. Researchers continue studying whether increasing glycine intake may help support the body's natural collagen production as part of a balanced diet. Current evidence suggests glycine plays an important role because it makes up a large portion of the collagen molecule itself. But here's something even more interesting. Scientists are also studying glycine because of its possible role in sleep quality. Let me ask you something. How many mornings have you said, "I slept all night, but I still woke up tired"? Many older adults tell me that they don't struggle to fall asleep. They struggle to wake up feeling refreshed. Sleep isn't simply about closing your eyes. It's when your body carries out much of its repair work. Muscles recover. The brain organizes memories. Hormones are balanced. The immune system continues its important work. Research published in journals, including Sleep and Biological Rhythm, suggests glycine supplementation before bedtime may help some people experience better sleep quality and feel less tired the next morning. That's encouraging. But again, it's not a sleeping pill. It doesn't work for everyone. And healthy sleep habits still matter. Things like reducing bright light before bed, keeping a regular sleep schedule, and limiting caffeine late in the day. Healthy aging is rarely about finding one magic answer. It's about building many good habits that support one another. Now I want to mention something we won't have time to cover fully today. Many of you have asked whether the time you drink coffee is just as important as what you put into it. Morning coffee, afternoon coffee, coffee before exercise, and coffee with certain medications can affect the body differently. That topic deserves its own complete video because there is much more to explain than most people realize. So if you'd like me to make that video, write coffee timing in the comments below. I read your comments every day, and your suggestions help me decide which topics to cover next. While you're here, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss that discussion when it comes out. And I have one small favor to ask. Please don't skip around in today's video. Now here's another reason researchers continue studying glycine. Your body also uses it when producing one of its important natural antioxidants called glutathione. You don't need to remember that complicated name. Just remember this. Every day, your body works hard to protect itself from normal wear and tear. Good nutrition helps support those natural protective systems. And glycine is one small part of that bigger picture. Now let's make this practical. If your healthcare professional feels glycine is appropriate for you, many people choose to mix it into water or another beverage because it dissolves easily. Some prefer taking it in the evening due to the research on sleep quality. Others divide their intake between morning and evening. The most important point isn't chasing the perfect schedule. It's building a routine you can comfortably continue. And here's something I always encourage. Don't feel that you need to begin using every powder we discussed today. In fact, I recommend the opposite. Start slowly. Give your body time to adjust. Notice how you feel. Talk with your healthcare professional if you have questions, especially if you have kidney disease, liver disease, diabetes, or take prescription medications. Good health decisions are thoughtful decisions, not rushed ones. Now I'd like you to pause for just a moment. Think about everything we've covered together today. None of these powders promise to stop aging. None promise to cure disease. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this video. Because real health is usually much less dramatic than the headlines make it seem. Real health is waking up one morning and realizing your walk felt a little easier, that you had enough energy to play with your grandchildren, that you remembered the conversation you had yesterday, that your body simply felt a little more like itself. Those small victories become extraordinary over time. And that brings us to one final lesson. The healthiest morning routine isn't the one with the most ingredients. It's the one you can follow consistently. 5 simple habits done every day will almost always accomplish more than 50 perfect habits you never stick with. So if you're thinking about trying one of these powders, choose the one that matches your biggest goal right now. If healthy circulation is your focus, start there. If you're trying to support healthier blood sugar, begin there. If your goal is maintaining muscle, supporting your memory, or improving your sleep, choose the habit that feels most meaningful to you. Then stay consistent. Because consistency is where lasting change begins. Before we finish, I'd love to hear from you. Which powder surprised you the most today? Was it raw cacao, Ceylon cinnamon, lion's mane, creatine, or glycine? Write your answer in the comments. Your experience may encourage someone else who is beginning their own healthy aging journey. And if today's video helped you understand something that nobody discussed earlier in a simple way, please consider subscribing to Premium Health Harbor and turning on the notification bell. Every week, we explore practical, evidence-based ways to help adults over 50 live healthier, longer, and happier lives through nutrition, wellness, and everyday habits you can actually use. And remember that question I asked near the beginning about the best time to drink coffee after age 50? We didn't answer it today on purpose, because that topic deserves an entire video by itself. There are certain times of the day when coffee may work with your body, and other times when it may quietly work against it. Finally, I'd like us to make a simple promise together. Say this with me. Starting today, I choose progress over perfection. I will take care of my body with patience. I will nourish it with healthy habits. I will keep learning. And I will give myself every opportunity to enjoy an active, joyful, and meaningful life. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm Dr. Michael Carter, Senior Health Advisor, and it's truly an honor to be part of your healthy aging journey. Please share this video with someone you love, a spouse, a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who enjoys their morning coffee. One small habit shared today could make a meaningful difference for someone tomorrow. Until next time, take care of yourself, and thank you for watching. See you in another video.